Check 1 2. Test 1 2.
I started my apprenticeship in the mid-90s, finished my apprenticeship in 1999. I made the first Morrow-made saddle in 2000. I then spent the next 10 years overseas doing other things. Moved back to Australia with my wife Jessie in 2010. We then started making saddles full-time, and then in 5 or 6 years ago I was blessed to have the opportunity to go to New Zealand and be taught to make trees by Warren Wright with the Walt Youngman method, and I think that's really helped our saddles. We now have 100% control over the trees and the saddles. We go and pick our own timber for our trees. We go and hand pick our own leather, which gives us the ability to make a custom-made saddle for our customers that it's not a one-size-fits-all. We're going to have a saddle to present on the day, and if it suits the winner, well, it's theirs to take home, but if it doesn't, we'll send it on down the road and we'll build them a saddle that suits them. They can pick whatever sort of saddle they want and we'll build it to fit them. You see a lot of trophy saddles get one thrown in the back of the truck, and I don't think the person that made the saddle, the person that paid for the saddle and the person that won the saddle, I don't think there's much value in them in winning that saddle. I started my apprenticeship in the mid-90s, finished my apprenticeship in 1999. I made the first Morrow-made saddle in 2000. I then spent the next 10 years overseas doing other things. Moved back to Australia with my wife Jessie in 2010. We then started making saddles full-time, and then in 5 or 6 years ago I was blessed to have the opportunity to go to New Zealand and be taught to make trees by Warren Wright with the Walt Youngman method, and I think that's really helped our saddles. We now have 100% control over the trees and the saddles. We go and pick our own timber for our trees. We go and hand pick our own leather, which gives us the ability to make a custom-made saddle for our customers that it's not a one-size-fits-all. We're going to have a saddle to present on the day, and if it suits the winner, well, it's theirs to take home, but if it doesn't, we'll send it on down the road and we'll build them a saddle that suits them. They can pick whatever sort of saddle they want and we'll build it to fit them. You see a lot of trophy saddles get one thrown in the back of the truck, and I don't think the person that made the saddle, the person that paid for the saddle and the person that won the saddle, I don't think there's much value in them in winning that saddle. I started my apprenticeship in the mid-90s, finished.
Well, 3B Ben Thompson, Concerina 4, John Hardy, Real Suave. 5 will be Hugh Miles, time's up. 6, Gemma Beaumont, 7, Ben McNaughton, 8, Tim Webster, 9, Matthew Webber, 10, Jackson Noon. Outside we go for number 1, Stephen Cadzo and Request. Stephen had a first round score of 88. In camp we look to number 2, Curtis Cherry and In Style, 3B Ben Thompson and Concerina. That's a 20 there for Stephen Cadzo and Request, a 2-round total of 108. In camp now we got number 2, Curtis Cherry and In Style. Curtis makes the trip down from Westmire in Queensland. Number 3 will be Ben Thompson, Concerina. You're in camp next. 4 will be John Hardy and Real Suave. 5 will be Hugh Miles, time's up. 6, Gemma Beaumont. 7, Ben McNaughton. 8, Tim Webster. 9, Matthew Webber. 10, Jackson Noon. 11, Lockie Argue. 12, Zach Croker. 13, Laura McNaughton. And 14, Tom Piddington. Outside we go for number 2, Curtis Cherry, and in style in camp we look to number 3, Ben Thompson, Concerina. Curtis working to build on a first round score of 83 as he heads around one of our platinum sponsors, the Beef Trans First Peg. Thank you very much to our cattle diners for the second round of our open camp draft, the Brahman Pastoral Co from Winston Park. Anthony Rosser, a great line of little black steers going around beautifully so far. Curtis lines one up and heads him through. That'll be a 4-pointer there for Curtis Cherry, and in style to go with his 83 from yesterday. $22, 63 and a 4 for an 89. In camp now we look to number 3, Ben Thompson and Concerina. First round leader, Ben comes in with a 92. 2-round total there for number 2, Curtis Cherry, and in style 172, a 172. In camp now we go to 3, Ben Thompson, Concerina. 4, John Hardy, Real Suave. You're in camp next. 5, Hugh Miles, and time's up. 6, Gemma Beaumont. 7, Ben McNaughton, and 8, Tim Webster. On course, we go for number 3, Ben Thompson and Concerina. Ben, the highest score from the first round with a 92. Wraps one tight around the first, the Beef Trans First Peg. In camp now, we go to number 4, John Hardy, Real Suave. Number 5, Hugh Miles, time's up. You're in camp next. Around the Maloney Livestock Transport, we go for Ben. Kicks him up and heads in for the gate. Looks pretty good from here. That'll be another score on the board for Ben Thompson and Concerina to go his first round score of 92. That'll be a 21, a 62, and a 4 for an 87 there, 87. That'll be a 2-round total of 179. 179, my maths let me down. In camp now, we watch number 4, John Hardy, Real Suave. Number 5, Hugh Miles, time's up. You're in camp next. 6 will be Gemma Beaumont. 7, Ben McNaughton, and 8, Tim Webster. It's another one through the Grey Zag and Tulla Beef Gate. Number 4, John Hardy, as he puts one through. 22, 62 and a 4. 22, 62 and 4. That'll be an 88. 2-round total, 174. In camp now, we got number 5, Hugh Miles, time's up. Number 6, Gemma Beaumont and Opal, you're in camp next. 7 will be Ben McNaughton and always again, 8, Tim Webster, Double H, Blackadder. Number 9 will be Matthew Webber, Smart Duck. 10, Jackson Noon, Davros, Destiny. 11, Lockie Argue. 12, Zach Croker. 13, Laura McNaughton. 14, Tom Piddington. 15, Miles Waghorn. Outside we go for number 5, Hugh Miles, time's up. Hugh working to build on a first round score of 83. In camp we go to 6, Gemma Beaumont and Opal. 7, Ben McNaughton, always again, you're in camp next. That'll be a completed round there for number 5, Hugh Miles. Time's up to go this first round score 83. That'll be a 23, a 60, and a 4, 23, 60, and 4 for an 87, which 2 round total 170. 2 round total 170 for number 6. For number 5, Hugh Miles. Time's up. In camp now we go to number 6, Gemma Beaumont, and Opal 7, Ben McNaughton, and always again you're in camp next. 8 will be Tim Webster, 9 Matthew Webber. 10 will be Jackson Noon, 11 Lockie Argue, 12 Zach Croker, 13 Laura McNaughton, 14 Tom Piddington, and 15 Miles Waghorn. Outside we go for number 6, Gemma Beaumont, and Opal in camp. Look to number 7, Ben McNaughton, always again. Number 8, Tim Webster, and Double H Blackadder, you're in camp next. Judge Rob McKinnon said he's seen enough. Go out with a 20 there. 20 for Gemma Beaumont and Opal, 2 round total of 91. In camp now, we got number 7, Ben McNaughton, and always again. Number 8, Tim Webster, you're in camp next. Number 9 will be Matthew Webber, 10, Jackson Noon, 11, Lockie Argue, and 12, Zach Croker. Currently watching the second round of our epic open camp draft here this morning. Thanks so much, very much to our event partner this weekend, Grey's Ag. Our platinum sponsors, Maloney Livestock Transport, Owen Farming from Tulla Beef, and Beef Trans Livestock Transporters. $22 there for Ben, and no further score. 2 round total 106. In camp now we got number 8, Tim Webster, and Double H Blackadder. Number 9, Matthew Webber, Smart Duck. You're in camp next. 10 will be Jackson Noon and Davros Destiny, and 11 Lockie Argue and Injustice. Outside we watch number 8, Tim Webster, Double H Blackadder, working to build on a first round score of 85, and no luck round the Beef Trans first peg. That'll be a 20 there, 20 for Tim Webster, and Double H Blackadder goes out with a 2 round total 107. In camp now we got number 9, Matthew Webber and Smart Duck. Number 10, Jackson Noon, Davros Destiny. You're in camp next. 11 will be Lockie Argue and Injustice. 12, Zach Croker and Counterfeit. 13 will be Laura McNaughton. 14, Tom Piddington. 15, Miles Waghorn, and 16, Greg Clayton. That'll be a 20 there. 20 for number 9, Matthew Webber and Smart Duck. 2-round total 106 that time. In camp now we got number 10, Jackson Noon, Dav Ross Destiny. Right up the top of the leaderboard from the first round. Jackson's working to build on a first round score of 91. Number 11, Lockie Argue and Injustice. You'll be in camp next. 12 will be Zach Croker and Counterfeit. And 13, Laura McNaughton and Cuban Cigars. That's all we got for number 10, Jackson Noon, Davros Destiny. Working to build on a first round score of 91 and got a good start with a 22 on the board in the yard. Out round the first Beef Trans first peg. Only watch number 10, Jackson Noon, Davros Destiny. Sets one up and puts him straight through the gate. That'll be a 4-pointer on the board there to go this first round score of 91. It's score coming in hand from our judge, Rod McKinnon. 22, a 62, and a 4 for an 88. It'll be a 2-round total 179. A new joint leader so far after 10 runs this morning. Jackson Noon, Davros Destiny, 22, 62 and a 4 for an 88 with his first round score 91. Will be a 2-round total 179. In camp now we got number 11, Lockie Argue and Injustice. Number 12 will be Zach Croker and Counterfeit. 13, Laura McNaughton, Cuban Cigars. 14 will be Tom Piddington, Derari Deluxe. 15, Miles Waghorn and Oscar. 16 will be Greg Clayton and the Duck. 17, Jessica Wickham, Fedora. 18, Tim McCarthy and TNL Hot Lap. On course, we go for number 11, Lockie Argue and Injustice. In camp, we got a 12, Zach Croker and Counterfeit. No luck there, just goes the top side of our Beef Trans Livestock Transport first peg. Goes out with a 22 there. The 2-round total 104 for Lockie Argue and Injustice. In camp now, we move to number 12, Zach Croker and Counterfeit. Number 13, Laura McNaughton and Cuban Cigars. You're in camp next. 14 will be Tom Piddington. 15, Miles Waghorn. 16, Greg Clayton. Outside we go for number 12, Zach Croker and Counterfeit. Beautiful big grey stallion. We saw him go around in the stallion draft, and there is some progeny in the sale by this great horse too. From the Croker family. In camp now we got a 13, Laura McNaughton and Cuban Cigars. 14, Tom Piddington, Durero Deluxe. Stand by, you're in camp next. Zach Heads runs around the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg. Gives himself a chance for a look at the gate. Working to build on his first round score. Completed round there for Zach Croker and a Counterfeit. Score coming in hand from our judge, Rod McKinnon. If you're looking for a great type of grey, there's a couple in the sale by that horse at 11 o'clock this morning. A 22, a 63 and a 4, 22, 63 and 4. That'll be an 89 there for Zach Croker and Counterfeit. Two-round total there, 1-7 run for Zach Croker and Counterfeit. In camp now we've got a 13, Laura McNaughton, Cuban Cigars. 14, Tom Piddington. You're in camp next with Derari Deluxe. For 15 will be Miles Waghorn. 16, Greg Clayton. 17, Jessica Wickham. 18, Tim McCarthy. 19, Ben Thompson. 20, Ben Madem. Outside we go for number 13, Laura McNaughton and Cuban Cigars, but working to build on a first round score of 89. Got one started with a 22 in the yard. In camp we got a 14, Tom Pennington and Derry Deluxe, 15 will be Miles Waghorn, 16 Greg Clayton, 17 Jessica Wickham and 18 Tim McCarthy. That'll be another completed round there this morning for number 13, Laura McNaughton and Cuban Cigars. Score coming in hand to go the first round score of 89. That'll be a 22, a 62 and a 4. 22, 62 and 4 for an 88. Two round total 177. In camp now we've got a 14, Tom Piddington, Derry Deluxe, 15, Miles Waghorn and Oscar. Stand by. You're in camp next. 16 will be Greg Clayton, 17, Jessica Wickham, 18, Tim McCarthy, 19, Ben Thompson, 20, Ben Madem. Outside we go for 14, Tom Pennington, Derry Deluxe. In camp we got a 15, Miles Waghorn and Oscar. 22 there for Tom and Derry Deluxe. Two round total 104. In camp there we've got a 15, Miles Waghorn and Oscar. 16, Greg Clayton. You're in camp next. 17 will be Jessica Wickham. 18, Tim McCarthy. 19, Ben Thompson. 20, Benny Madem. 21, Dallas Kirkman. 22, William Ellum. 23, Darcy Argy. 24, Greg Henry. That's how we go for 15, Miles Waghorn and Oscar. First round score 82. Thanks to our cattle this morning, Anthony Rosser from Brahman Pastoral Co. at Winston Park. Go a long way to find cattle better draft than these, I'd say. The score coming in hand for number 15, Miles Waghorn and Oscar, 21, a 63 and a 4. 21, a 63 and 4. That'll be an 88 to go. This first round score, 82, will be a 170. 170 there for Miles Waghorn and Oscar. In camp now we've got a 16, Greg Clayton and the Darkest, 17, Jessica Wickham, Fedora. You're in camp next. 18 will be Tim McCarthy, 10 L Hot Lap, 19, Ben Thompson, 20, Ben Madem, 21, Dallas Kirkman, 22, William Ellum. That's how we have a 16, Greg Clayton in the dark, working to build on a first round score of 85. Got a 22 yard for the start. In camp we got a 17, Jessica Wickham and Fedora. 18, Tim McCarthy. 10, L Hot Lab. You're in camp next. 19 will be Ben Thompson and CKJ Marco. 20 will be Ben Madem and Bonfire Jovi. Greg heads round the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg. Sets himself up for a look at the gate. Straight through the middle he goes of the Grey Zag and Talon Talabeef gate pegs. 22, 62 and a 4, 22. 62 and 4, that'll be an 88 there for Greg Clayton in the dark with his first round score 85, be a 173. 173 there for Greg in the dark. In camp now we go to 17, Jessica Wickham and Fedora. 18, Tim McCarthy. 10, L Hot Lap. 19, Ben Thompson, CKJ Marco. That's how we go for 17. Jessica Wickham and Fedora working to build on a first round score of 86. Got a 21 yard for the start. Heads around the beef trans first peg. In camp we got an 18 Tim McCarthy with T&L Hot Lap. 19 Ben Thompson, CKJ Marco. You're in camp next. $21.58 and a 3. $21.58 and 3 for an 82. 82 there. First round score of 86 will be a 168. 168 2-round score for Jessica Wickham and Fedora. In camp now we've got 18 Tim McCarthy and T&L Hot Lap. 19 will be Ben Thompson and CKJ Marco. 20 will be Ben Madam and Bonfire Jovi. 21 Dallas Kirkman. 22 William Ellum. 23 will be Darcy Argue. 24 Greg Henry. 25 Rob Newsom and 26 Philip McCormack. Just get the camp cleaned up. Thanks very much to our front gatemen and our backyard staff doing a great job this morning. I'm sure a few of them are thinking they shouldn't have had quite so many beers at the bar last night, but they're here and they are doing the job. So thank you very much to those guys. Camp's cleaned up and we're going with number 18, Tim McCarthy and T&L Hot Lap. In camp we go to 19. Next we're going to camp with 19, Ben Thompson and CKJ Marco. Outside we go for 18, Tim McCarthy, T&L Hot Lap. Got a 21 start and heads him around the beef trans first peg. In camp we got a 19, Ben Thompson, CKJ Marco. That'll be another one of these Great Brahman Pastoral Angus steers to go straight through the gate this morning. 21.60 and 4. 21.60 and a 4 for an 85 there. First round score of 89 will be a 174. 174 2-round aggregate for Tim McCarthy and T&L Hot Lap. In camp now we got a 19, Ben Thompson, CKJ Marco. 20, Ben Madam. You're in camp next with Bonfire Jovi. 21 will be Dallas Kirkman, Jewel Butterfly. 22 William Ellum. 23 Darcy Argue. 24 Greg Henry. 25 Rob Newsom and 26 Philip McCormack. That's how we go for number 19, Ben Thompson, CKJ Marco, looking to build on a first round score of 84 as he heads him around the beef trans first peg. In camp we go to 20, Ben Madam and Bonfire Jovi. 21 Dallas Kirkman, Jewel Butterfly. You're in camp next. And Judge Rob McKinnon says he's seen enough around the second peg, and Ben goes out with a 21 and 21 there, 2-round aggregate of 105. 105 there for Ben Thompson and CKJ Marco. In camp now we go to 20, Ben Madam, the busiest man I've seen yesterday, Sale with the Sale horse preparation. Ben bought a great string of horses here for sale. If you are looking for a horse, go and see him. He's got a great lineup down there in the stables for the sale at 11 o'clock today for the epic sale. Great raft of incentives come back and win yourself some money here next year. At the completion of the second round of this open draft, we will be going on to our epic final. We will see someone take away $20,000 cash. That's how we go for number 20, Ben Matum and Bonfire Jovi, working to build on a first round score of 88. In camp we go to 21, Dallas Kirkman and Dual Butterfly. 22 will be William Element and Abel. 23, Darcy Argue. 24 will be Greg Henry. 25, Rob Newsom. 26, Philip McCormack. Completed round there for number 20, Ben Matum and Bonfire Jovi. Not quite the start we wanted. A 16, 63 and 4 made him up outside. That's an 83 to go with his first round score of 88, 171. 171, 2 round aggregate. In camp now we go to 21, Dallas Kirkman and Dual Butterfly. 22, William Ellum. You'll be in camp next with Abel. 23 be Darcy Argue. 24, Greg Henry. 25, Rob Newsom. 26, Philip McCormack. 27, Gary Brown. 28, Mitchell Hoy. 29, Brad Williamson. 30, Sam Greenup. On course, we go for 21, Dallas Kirkman and Dual Butterfly, working to build on a first round score of 84. Got a 21 start from the yard. In camp, we go to 22, William Ellum and Abel. 23 will be Darcy Argue and Sienna. 24, Greg Henry and Mabel. 25, Rob Newsom and Cartel. 26 will be Philip McCormack and Versace. A score there for number 21, Dallas Kirkman, Dual Butterfly, 21, 57 and a 3 for an 81, 27, 21, 57 and 3, 21, 57 and 3, 81, 165, 2 round aggregate 165. In camp now we look to number 22, William Ellum and Abel. In camp next will be 23, Darcy Argue and Sienna. 24 will be Greg Henry and Mabel. 25, Rob Newsom, Cartel. 26, Philip McCormack, Versace. 27, Gary Brown and Scruples. 28 will be Mitchell Hoy and Morehope. 29, Brad Williamson, Ebony. 30, Sam Greenup and Martini. Twenty-two there for William Ellum and Abel. Goes out with 2 round aggregate 97 there for William Ellum and Abel. In camp now we got a 23, Darcy, Argue and Sienna. 24, Greg Henry and Mabel. You be in camp next. 25 be Rob Newsom and Cartel. 26, Philip McCormack and Versace. Outside we go for number 23, Darcy, Argue and Sienna, working to build on a first round score of 84. Got a 22 yard for a start. Makes his way around the beef trans. Livestock Transport, first peg, one of our platinum sponsors here this weekend. Thank you very much to the Matheson family from Beef Trans Livestock Transport. The Darcy lines one up and slots him straight through the middle. That'll be a score coming to hand for number 23, Darcy, Argue and Sienna. To go with his first round score of 84. That'll be a 22, a 62 and a 4 for an 88. 22, 62 and a 4 for an 88 there to go with his first round score of 84. It'll be a two-round aggregate 172. 172 there for number 23, Darcy, Argue and Sienna. In camp now we got number 24, Greg Henry and Mabel. Number 25, Rob Newsom and Cartel. You're in camp next, followed by 26, Philip McCormack and Versace. 27 will be Gary Brown and Scruples. 28, Mitch Hoy, More Hope. 29, Brad Williamson. And 30, Sam Greenup. That's all we go for number 24, Greg Henry and Mabel, looking to build on a first round score of 86. In camp we go for 25, Rob Newsom and Cartel. 26 will be Philip McCormack and Versace. 27, Gary Brown, Scruples. 28, Mitch Hoy, More Hope. Rob Hebbs one around the second peg, the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg, and another one of our great platinum sponsors this weekend, the Maloney Livestock Transport Company. Greg kicks him out and gets himself a look at the gate. Scrapes a bit of paint off the Tulla beef inside gate peg. A score coming to hand there. 20, 62 and 4. 20, 62 and 4. He's consistent. First round score 86. Second round score 86. Two round aggregate 172. 172 there for Greg Henry and Mabel. In camp now got a 25, Rob Newsom and Cartel. 26, Philip McCormack, Versace. You're in camp next. 27, Gary Brown. 28, Mitchell Hoy with More Hope. So you're based in Morel. So how many, just one officer? Yeah. How many in Resi real estate?
Oh, Resi. We got way too many.
Outside we go for 25, Rob Newsom and Cartel, working to build on a first round score of 85. Got himself a 22 yard for the start. Heads around to Maloney Livestock Transport, second peg. Thanks very much to our cattle owners for the second round of our open this morning. Anthony Rosser from Brahman Pastoral Co., Winston Park. Score after score after score, and through the gate another one goes, the Grey Zag and Tulla Beef. Camp Draft Gate, 22, 63 and a 4. 22, 63 and 4. That'll be an 89 to go this first round score. 85, that'll be a 174. 174 there for Rob Newsom and Cartel. In camp now we got a 26, Philip McCormack and Versace. Number 27, Gary Brown and Scruples. You're in camp next. 28 will be Mitchell Hoy and More Hope. 29, Brad Williamson. 30, Sam Greenup. 31, Mark Tonkin. 32, Phoebe Thompson. 33 Chris Williamson, 34 Matt Durkin, and 35 Hugh Miles.
So do you guys do any livestock? No. But anyway, Annabelle's got Rex Daily. These are all in Inverell. Yeah. So how many houses do you guys sell? We do 120 a year. Between us and Annabelle. Oh, yeah, so two and a half contracts a week. Yeah.
That's Overwatch 26, Philip McCormack and Versace. That'll be a completed round there for number 26, Philip McCormack and Versace to go this first round score of 78. In camp we go to 27, Gary Brown and Scruples. Score there 21, 62 and a 4 for an 87. 21, 62 and a 4 for an 87. Two round total, 165 there for Philip McCormack and Versace. In camp now we go to 27, Gary Brown and Scruples. 28, Mitch Hoy and More Hope. You're in camp next. 29 will be Brad Williamson and Ebony. 30, Sam Greenup Martini. 31, Mark Tonkin and Jupiter. 32, Phoebe Thompson and One More Chance. Outside we go for 27, Gary Brown and Scruples. In camp we go to 28, Mitch Hoy and More Hope. 29, Brad Williamson and Ebony. You're in camp next. 30 be Sam Greenup and Martini. $16, 57 and 3, 16, 57 and 3 for a 76. Two round total, 159. In camp now, we got a number 28, Mitchell Hoy and More Hope. Mitch comes in working to build on a first round score of 88. In camp next will be 29, Brad Williamson and Ebony. 30 will be Sam Greenup and Martini. 31, Mark Tonkin. 32, Phoebe Thompson. 33, Chris Williamson. 34, Matt Durkin. 35, Hugh Miles. Outside we go for number 28, Mitch Hoy and More Hope, looking to build on a first round score of 88. Sneaks one round the beef trans. First peg. You right, mate? Unfortunately, no luck for Mitch. He's had a breakage somewhere there in his salary and tack. Unfortunately for Mitch, goes out with a 22, 2-round aggregate 110. Had a good one started. We'll see Mitch back though with a couple of very, very nice sale horses. So all the best for the sale later on this morning, Mitch. In camp now, we go to number 29, Brad Williamson and Ebony. 30, Sam Green up, Martini, you're in camp next. 31 will be Mark Tonkin, 32, Phoebe Thompson, 33, Chris Williamson, 34, Matt Durkin. 35 will be Hugh Miles, 36, Jonathan McDonald, 37, Carl Gibson, 38, Kylie Webber, 39, Darren Beaumont, and 40, Carl Green. Outside we go for number 29, Brad Williamson and Ebony. Number 30, Sam Green up, Martini, you're in camp now, followed by 31, Mark Tonkin and Jupiter. Brad working to build on a first round score of 85. That'll be completed round there for number 29, Brad Williamson and Ebony. A 22, a 54 and a 4, 22, 54 and a 4. That's an 80-point round there for number 29, Brad Williamson and Ebony to go. This first round score, 85 be 165, 165, 2-round aggregate. In camp now we got number 30, Sam Green up and Martini. One of our long travelling competitors has made the trip down from Jandowie in Queensland. 31, Mark Tonkin, you're in camp next with Jupiter. 32 will be Phoebe Thompson, one more chance. 33, Chris Williamson and Rathcool Batman. Outside we go for number 30, Sam Green up and Martini, working to build on a first round score, 88. Completed round there for number 30, Sam Green up and Martini. Not quite the start he would have hoped for, but got him around outside 17.61 and 4, 17.61 and 4 for an 82. 82 there for Sam and Martini, 2-round total 170, 170. In camp now we got a 31, Mark Tonkin and Jupiter. 32, Phoebe Thompson, one more chance. He'll be in camp next. 33 will be Chris Williamson, Rathcool Batman. 34, Matt Durkin, Tass's Little Destiny. 93 competitors in the second round of our open camp draft this morning, and then we will be going on with the big one, the epic incentive camp draft. 12 competitors riding for some great prizes, one including $20,000 cash. A great incentive program here at the epic camp draft and sale. Sale starting at 11 o'clock this morning. great opportunity to buy yourself a horse and come back and ride for more money next year. Not many better odds than only 35 for a chance at over $20,000. That's how we go for 31. Mark Tonkin and Jupiter. 32, Phoebe Thompson. One more chance. You're in camp now, followed by 33, Chris Williamson and Rathcool Batman. 34 will be Matt Durkin, Tass's Little Destiny. 35 be Hugh Miles and Willinga Park, Smooth Talker. 36, Jonathan McDonald and Sweet Spin. 37, Cal Gibson, Gibbs, No More Ducks. 38 will be Kylie Webber and Rory. Completed round there for number 31, Mark Tonkin and Jupiter go his first round score of 81. 16, 61 and 4. 16, 61 and 4. And 81 with his first round. 81 will be a two-round aggregate 162. In Cape Navigator number 32, Phoebe Thompson and one more chance. 33, Chris Williamson. Stand by. You're in camp next with Rathcool Batman. 34 will be Matt Durkin and Tass's Little Destiny. 35, Hugh Miles, Willinga Park, Smooth Talker. 36, Jonathan McDonald and Sweet Spin. Currently watching the second round of our Epic Open Camp Draft. Unfortunately, no luck there for number 32, Phoebe Thompson, and one more chance goes out with a no score. Remains at 80 points over the two rounds. In camp now, we got a 33, Chris Williamson and a Rathcool Batman. Chris Williamson, if you're here, you are in camp right now. Number 33, Chris Williamson, you are in camp now. You've got about 30 seconds to get here before we go on. Chris Williamson, Rathcool Batman, your run in the second round of the Open is on right now. So Chris Williamson not here, so we'll go on to number 34, Matt Durkin and Tass's Little Destiny. 35 be Hugh Miles, 36 Jonathan McDonald, 37 Cal Gibson, 38 Kylie Webber, 39 Darren Beaumont, 40 be Carl Green, 41 Andrew Burns, 42 Ben Thompson. Currently watching the first round of our Epic Open, sponsored by Grey's Ag, the event partner for the Open here at the Epic 2024.
Blake only homer from those epic finalists? The epic finalists. Has Blake only homer from those? Like what? Who sold them? What they made?
That's how we go for number 34, Matt Durkin and Tass's Little Destiny looking to build on a first round score of 86. In camp, we go to 35, Hugh Miles, Wallinga Park, Smooth Talker. 36, Jonathan McDonald, Jimmy in camp next with Sweet Spin. 37 will be Cal Gibson, 38 Kylie Webber, 39 Darren Beaumont, 40 Carl Green, 41 Andrew Burns, 42 Ben Thompson, 43 Jackson Noon, and 44 Blake Rosetta. Completed round there for number 34, Matt Durkin, Tass's Little Destiny, 16, 61 and a 4, 16, 61 and 4 for an 81. An 81 with his first round score, 86 will be a 2-round total, 167, 167 there for Matt Durkin and Tass's Little Destiny. In camp now we go to 35, Hugh Miles, Wallinga Park, Smooth Talker. 36, Jonathan McDonald and Sweet Spin. You're in camp next. 37 will be Carl Gibson. Gibbs, No More Ducks. 38, Kylie Webber. 39, Darren Beaumont. 40, Carl Green. That's how we go for number 20. For number 35, Hugh Miles, Wallinga Park, Smooth Talker. We're going to build on a first round score of 89. Heads around the beef trans first peg. We've got a good one started with the 23 so far. Currently watching the second round of a Grey's Ag Epic Open Camp Draft. 90 odd competitors. So that'll be a completed round there for number 35, Hugh Miles and Wallinga Park, Smooth Talker. He's got his first round 89, a 23, a 62 and a 4, 23, 62 and a 4. That's an 89 to go this first round score of 89. Puts him right up close to the top with a 2-round total of 178. 178 there for Hugh Miles and Wallinga Park, Smooth Talker. In camp, then we've got number 36, Jonathan McDonald and Sweet Spin. 37, Cal Gibson. Gibbs, No More Ducks. You're in camp next. 38, Kylie Webber and Rory. 39, Darren Beaumont. 40, Carl Green. 41, Andrew Burns. 42, Ben Thompson. Epic finalists, if you could please come to the announcers box this morning. Epic finalists, come to the announcers box. Your finalist shirts are here, ready to be collected. I'll be going for number 36, Jonathan McDonald and a Sweet Spin, looking to build on a first round score of 90. In camp, we got a 37, Carl Gibson and Gibbs, No More Ducks. Completed course there for number 36, Jonathan McDonald and Sweet Spin. Got his first round score of 90, has a 23, a 60 and a 4, 23, 60 and a 4 for an 87 there, 87. That'll be a 2-round aggregate 177 for Jonathan McDonald and Sweet Spin. In camp now, we got number 37, Cal Gibson and Gibbs, No More Ducks. 38, Kylie Webber. Rory, you're in camp next. 39 will be Darren Beaumont. 40, Carl Green. 41, Andrew Burns. 42, Ben Thompson. Outside we go for number 37, Cal Gibson and Gibbs. No more darks in camp. We go to 38, Kylie Webber and Rory. Cal's got one started with a 22 in the yard as he heads around the B-Trans Livestock Transport. First peg. Completed course there for number 37, Cal Gibson and Gibbs. No more ducks as he goes through the Grey Zag and Tulla Beef. Camp Draft Gate with a 22, a 62 and a 4, 22, 62 and 4 for an 88 there. Be a 2-round aggregate 175, 175 there for Cal Gibson and Gibbs. No more ducks. In camp now we got a 38, Kylie Webber and Rory. 39, Darren Beaumont. You be in camp next on I'm Done Double. 40 bit Carl Green and Ruby. 41 Andrew Burns. 42 Ben Thompson. 43 Jackson Noon. 44 Blake Rosetta. 45 Aaron Holden. 46 Rachel Flanagan and 47 Toby Bruce. Outside we go for 38, Kylie Webber and Rory. In camp we got a 39, Darren Beaumont. 40, Carl Green. Ruby, you'll be in camp next. $20 there and no further score outside for number 38, Kylie Webber and Rory. Goes out with a 2-round total, 98. In camp now we go to 39, Darren Beaumont and I'm Done Double. 40, Carl Green and Ruby. You'll be in camp next. 41 will be Andrew Burns. 42, Ben Thompson. 43, Jackson Noon. Currently watching the second round of our Epic Open Grey Zag Camp Draft here this morning. The beautiful Armidale Showgrounds. The countdown is on with 93 competitors in the second round of our Open Camp Draft. To the big event, the Epic Incentive. 12 riders will go head-to-head on horses bought out of the Epic sale in the past years at a chance to win over $35,000 in cash and prizes. If you want to be a piece of the Epic Incentive program, today is the day. Sale starting at 11 o'clock. Your chance to buy one and come back for a great crack at these great incentives that are on offer from the Epic Committee. $21 there for Darren and I'm Done Double. 2-round total, 99. In camp now we've got a 40, Carl Green and Ruby. 41 will be Andrew Burns and Evie Costa. You're in camp next. 42 Ben Thompson. 43 will be Jackson Noon. 44 Blake Rosetta. 45 Aaron Holden and 46 Rachel Flanagan. And currently watching in camp number 40, Carl Green and Ruby. 41 Andrew Burns, Evie Costa. You're in camp next. Second round of our Epic Open Camp Draft. Event partner Grey's Ag. Platinum sponsors Maloney Livestock Transport, Owen Farming from Tullen, Tulla Beef, and Beef Trans Livestock Transport. Our gold sponsors this weekend, Burton Sattery, Minilda Group, Northern Tableland Earth Moving, New England Toyota and Riverina Stock Feeds. Outside we go now for number 40, Carl Green and Ruby. Carl's looking to build on a first round score of 88. In camp we go to 42, Ben Thompson. 41, Andrew Burns and EV Costa. 42, Ben Thompson. You be in camp next with contest. Through the gate goes for number 40, Carl Green and Ruby, adding to his first round score of 88. 21, 61 and a 4, 21, 61 and 4 for an 86. With his first round score 88, it'll be a 2-round total, 174. In camp now we got a 41, Andrew Burns and EV Costa. 42, Ben Thompson and contest. You're in camp next. 43 will be Jackson Noon. 44, Blake Rossiter. 45, Aaron Holden. 46, Rachel Flanagan. 47, Toby Bruce. 48, Yvette Palmer. 49, Ryan Smith. And 50, Paul O'Turner. Outside we go for 41, Andrew Burns and EV Costa. No luck for Andrew. Goes out with a 22, but we'll see him back later in the sale. We've got a couple of very nice ones for sale commencing at 11 o'clock this morning. So Andrew, all the best for your sale horses today. A 2-round aggregate there for you of 103. In camp now we go to number 42, Ben Thompson and contest. 43, Jackson Noon, Basalt, Henny Penny. You're in camp next. 44 will be Blake Rossiter. 45, Aaron Holden. 46, Rachel Flanagan. 47, Toby Bruce. And 48, Yvette Palmer. In camp we watch number 42, Ben Thompson in contest. Ben working to build on a first round score of 88. Currently watching outside, number 42, Ben Thompson in contest. We're going to build on a first round score of 88. In camp we go to 43, Jackson Noon and Basalt, Henny Penny. 17, 62 and a 4, 17, 62 and a 4. That'll have been 83 there, 83, 1, 7, 1, 2-round aggregate, 171 there for Ben Thompson and contest. In camp now, we've got a 43, Jackson Noon, Basalt, Henny Penny. 44 will be Blake Rossiter and Lexi. 45, Aaron Holden. 46, Rachel Flanagan. 47, Toby Bruce. 48, Yvette Palmer. 49, Ryan Smith. 50, Paul O'Turner. Currently watching the second round of our Epic Open Camp Draft. Our event sponsor this morning, Grey's Ag. Unfortunately, no luck there for 43 Jackson Noon, and Basalt Henny Penny goes out with a no score. In camp now, we watch number 44, Blake Rosita and Alexi. In camp next, we've got a 45, Aaron Holden and Wyatt's Denali Dawn. 46 will be Rachel Flanagan, 47, Toby Bruce, 48, Yvette Palmer, 49, Ryan Smith, and 50, Paul O'Turner. Epic finalists, your shirts for the final are here in the announcers box. So if you could please make your way over this morning to get your shirts for your final Epic finalists. There's 12 riders in that. If you could please make your way over when you have a chance to get your Epic finalist shirt. Currently watching in camp number 44, Blake Rosita and Lexi. Number 45, Aaron Holden. You'll be in camp next. Outside we go for 44, Blake Rosita and Lexi, looking to build on a first round score of 89. In camp we got a 44, Aaron Holden and Wyatt's Denali Dawn. Blake heads ones round the Beef Trans Livestock Transport first peg. One of our platinum sponsors this weekend. $22, and no further score there for Blake, and Lexi goes out with a 2-round total of 111 points. In camp now, we've got a 45, Aaron Holden and Wyatt's Denali Dawn. 46, Rachel Flanagan. You'll be in camp next on Barmac Goldie. 47 will be Toby Bruce. 48, Yvette Palmer. 49, Ryan Smith. 50, Paul O'Turner. 51, Ben Newbury. 52, Gemma Beaumont. 53 will be Hugh Miles, 54 Brenton Allport, 55 Tim Webster, 56 David Kelly, 57 Alan Sinclair, and 58 Ben Thompson. Outside we go for number 45, Aaron Holden and Wyatt's Denali Dawn. In camp, we looked at 46, Rachel Flanagan and Barmac Goldie. 47, Toby Bruce and Brass. You'll be in camp next. Cattle donors for the second round of our Open Brahman Pastoral Co from Winston Park. Great line of Angus steers going round run after run. So thank you very much to Anthony Rosser from Brahman Pastoral Co at Winston Park. Making for some terrific camp drafting here this morning in our Epic Open. 22-61 and a 4, 22-61 and a 4. That'll be an 87. 87 there for Aaron Holden and Wyatt's Denali Dawn to go his first round score of 86. Will be a 2-round total, 173, 173 there for Aaron Holden and Denali Dawn. In camp we go to 46, Rachel Flanagan and Barmac Goldie. 47, Toby Bruce and Brass. You're in camp next, followed by 48, Yvette Palmer and Tassa's Cover Girl. 49 will be Ryan Smith, 50 Paul O'Turner, 51 Ben Newbury, 52 Gemma Beaumont. Unfortunately, I like there for number 46, Rachel Flanagan and Barmac Goldie goes out with an O score, 2-round total 87. No addition. In camp now, we got a 47, Toby Bruce and Brass, our backyardman. We'll just get our yard cleaned up for us, doing a great job. In camp now, we looked at 47, Toby Bruce and Brass, 48, Yvette Palmer and Tassa's Covergirl. You'll be in camp next, followed by 49, Ryan Smith and Henry, 50, Paulo Turner, 51, Ben Newbury, 52, Gemma Beaumont, 53, Hugh Miles and more Spoonful, 54, Brent Allport and Orana. Currently watching the second round of our Greyzag Epic Open Camp Draft here this morning. Welcome if you're watching on live with Stock Live here at the beautiful Armidale Showgrounds. We have 93 competitors in the second round of our Open Camp Draft. Before we go on to the penultimate event this morning, the Epic Incentive. Horses bought out of the Epic Sale Program, 5 years and under. We have 12 riders in that final competing for over $35,000 in prize money, including $20,000 cold hard cash. In can we watch 47, Toby Bruce and Brass. Toby comes in with a first round score of 86. Number 48, Yvette Palmer, Tassa's Covergirl. You're in camp next. 49 will be Ryan Smith and Henry. 50, Paulo Turner, Hot Mist. 51, Ben Newbury, Coolum Quartz. And 52, Gemma Beaumont. Marnie's 1. Outside we go for number 47, Toby Bruce and Brass. Toby working to build on a first round score of 46. Little steer takes a hard right, no further score. 21 there for Toby and Bruce, 2-round score of 107. In camp now we got number 48, Yvette Palmer and Tassa's Covergirl. 49, Ryan Smith and Henry. You'll be in camp next. 50 be Paulo Turner. 51, Ben Newbury. 52, Gemma Beaumont. 53, Hugh Miles. 54, Brenton Allport. 55, Tim Webster. 56, David Kelly. In camp we watch number 48, Yvette Palmer and Tass's Cover Girl. 49, Ryan Smythe. You're in camp next with Henry. $50 will be Paul O'Turner, 51 Ben Newbury, 52 Gemma Beaumont, 53 Hugh Miles, 54 Brenton Allport, 55 Tim Webster. On course we go for 48, Yvette Palmer and Tass's Cover Girl. In camp we go to number 49, Ryan Smythe and Henry. Currently watching on course, 48, Yvette Palmer and Tass's Cover Girl in the second round of our epic open camp draft here this morning. Just round the top of our grey zag outside gate post. 21, 59 and a 3, 21, 59 and 3. 83 in the second round with an 83 in the first round, 2-round total of 166 there for Yvette Palmer and Tass's Cover Girl. In camp we go to 49, Ryan Smythe and Henry. 50, Paul O'Turner, Hot Miss, you're in camp next. 51 will be Ben Newbury, 52, Gemma Beaumont, 53, Hugh Miles, 54, Brenton Allport. Outside for 49, Ryan Smythe and Henry, working to build on a first round score of 81. Heads round the Beef Trans Livestock Transport first peg. In camp we got a 50, Paul O'Turner and Hot Mist. 51, Ben Newbury, Coolum Court, stand by, you be in camp next. Currently watching the second round of our Grey Zag Epic Open Camp Draft. 93 competitors in the second round vying for a shot at the final. And through the middle we go for Ryan Smythe and Henry. That'll be completed round there to go this first round score of 81. 22, 63 and 4. 22, 63 and a 4 there for an 89 with his first round score of 81. Will be a 2-round total for Ryan Smythe and Henry, 170. In camp now we've got a 50, Paul O'Turner and Hot Miss. 51, Ben Newbury, Coolum Quartz, you're in camp next, followed by 52, Gemma Beaumont and Marnie's 1. 53 will be Hugh Miles, More Spoonful. 54 Brent Allport, Orana. 55 Tim Webster, Swallows Nest, Plover. 56 David Kelly. 57 Alan Sinclair and 58 Ben Thompson. In camp we watch number 50, Paul O'Turner and Hot Miss. Paul's looking to build on a first round score of 86. Ben Newbury, 51. You be in camp next on Coolum Quartz. Currently watching the second round of a Grey Zag Epic Open Camp Draft here this morning. Our platinum sponsors for the weekend, Maloney Livestock Transport, Owen Farming from Tulla Beef. Thank you very much for that kind donation of that beautiful beef last night for their charity auction. From Tulla Beef, 200-day grain-fed, raised over $7,000 for charity. So a great effort from the Tulla Beef team, the Owen Farming. Our other platinum sponsor this weekend, Beef Trans Livestock Transport. The Matheson family carting the cattle in and out all weekend. No luck outside there for number 50, Paul O'Turner, and Hot Miss goes out with a 17-17 and no further score. In camp we go to 51, Ben Newbury, Coolum Quartz. 52, Gemma Beaumont and Marnie's 1. You be in camp next, followed by 53, Hugh Miles, More Spoonful. 54, Brent Allport and Orana. 17 there for Paul and Hot Mist. In camp now, we looked at 51, Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz. 52, Gemma Beaumont. You're in camp next. 53, Hugh Miles, Moore Spoonful. 54, with Brent Norport, Orana. 55, Tim Webster. 56, David Kelly. 57, Alan Sinclair. 58, Ben Thompson. Our gold sponsors this weekend: Burton Sattery, Manilda Group, Northern Tableland, Earth Moving, New England Toyota, and Riverina Stock Feeds. Our silver sponsors: WLW Group, Stock Live, Angus Barrett Sattery, Everson Food Processors, Thunderbelt Equine Veterinary Services, Circle L, Cinch Australia, Morromade Saddles, Benalla Stud, the home of Al Capone and Verback. Currently watching in camp 51, Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz. Bronze sponsors this weekend for our epic program: Rabobank, Impulse Print, EV Costa, from Accolade Equine, the Gainey Saddle Co, Stockyard Beef Country, Trucker Caps, and Mike's Raincoats. Gainey Saddle Co and Morromade Saddles both on grounds this weekend with trade stalls. So if you're looking for any saddlery equipment, please go and see the guys from Gainey Saddle Co or Morromade Saddles. Their big thanks very much for bringing their trade stalls along and their kind sponsorship for the weekend. Outside, currently watching 51, Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz, working to build on a first-round score of 82. In camp, we go to 52, Gemma Beaumont and Marnie's 1. 53, Hugh Miles, More Spoonful, stand by, you're in camp next. 54, with Brent Allport and Orana. 55, Tim Webster. Completed round there for Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz, 17, 62 and 4, 17, 62 and 4. 83 with his first round score of 82 will be a 165 there for Ben Newbury and Coolum Quartz. 52 will be Gemma Beaumont in camp now on Marnie's 1. 53, Hugh Miles, More Spoonful in camp next. 54, Brent Allport, Orana. 55, Tim Webster. 56, David Kelly. 57, Alan Sinclair. And 58, Ben Thompson. 93 competitors in the first round of our Epic Open Camp Draft. Before we go on to the penultimate event, the Epic Incentive Final. 12 riders vying for the chance at over $35,000 in prize money. There's only one way to be part of the Epic Incentive Program, and that is to wave your hand later on at 11 o'clock in the sale today. A great raft of incentives for horses bought out of the Epic program. Currently watching in camp 52, Gemma Beaumont, Marnie's 1. Outside we go for 52, Gemma Beaumont and Marnie's 1 in camp. We go to 53, Hugh Miles, More Spoonful. 54, Brent Norport and Orana. 55, Tim Webster. 56, David Kelly. 57, Alan Sinclair. 58, Ben Thompson. 59, Brent Smythe. 60, Ben McNaughton. 61, John Hardy. A completed round there for number 52, Gemma Beaumont and Marnie's 1 through the Grey Zag and Tulla. Beef Camp Draft Gate. Score coming to hand, 15, a 61 and a 4, 15, a 61 and 4. That'll be an 80. First round score of 85. 2 round total, 165. 165 for Gemma Beaumont and Marnie's 1. Then can I watch 53, Hugh Miles, More Spoonful. 54, Brent Norport, Orana. You're in camp next. Hugh working to build on a first round score of 91. One of our high scorers from the first round, Hugh Miles and More Spoonful. You watch at number 53. In camp we go to 54, Brent Norport and Orana. 55, Tim Webster and Swallows Nest Plover. 56, David Kelly and Phoenix. 57, Alan Sinclair and Sterling. Completed down there for number 53, Hugh Miles and More Spoonful. Got his first round score of 91, a 23, a 60 and a 4, 23, 60 and a 4 for 87. 2-round total of 178, a 178. 2-round aggregate there for Hugh Miles and More Spoonful. In Kent now go to 54, Brent Allport and Orana. 55 will be Tim Webster. 56, David Kelly. 57, Alan Sinclair. 58, Ben Thompson. 59, Brent Smythe. 60, Ben McNaughton. 61, John Hardy. 62, Jack Gallagher. Currently watching in camp 54, Brent Allport and Orana. 55, Tim Webster. Stand by, you're in camp next. 56 will be David Kelly. 57, Alan Sinclair. 58, Ben Thompson. Outside we go for 54, Brent Allport and Orana. Heads one round the beef trans. First peg. Jinxed him, not quite. A 21 there for Brent and Orana. 104, 2-round total. In camp now got a 55, Tim Webster and Swallows Nest Plover. 56, David Kelly. Phoenix, you're in camp next. 57 will be Alan Sinclair. 58, Ben Thompson. 59, Brent Smythe. 60, Ben McNaughton. In camp we watch 55, Tim Webster, Swallows Nest Plover. Working to build on a first round score of 81. David Kelly and Phoenix, you're in camp next. 57 will be Alan Sinclair. 58, Ben Thompson. 59, Brent Smythe. And 60, Ben McNaughton. 21 there for Tim and Plover. 21, no further score outside. 102, 2-round aggregate. In camp now go 56, David Kelly and Phoenix. Away from our hard-working backmen. Doing a great job this morning, having the cattle come in very well. Great run of cattle, kindly donated by the Brahman Pastoral Co. Anthony Rosser from Winston Park. Making for some terrific camp drafting this morning. Welcome to those watching at home on Stock Live. Currently watching the second round of our Grey Zag Epic Open Camp Draft here this morning. The beautiful Armidale Showgrounds. Currently in camp, we watch number 56, David Kelly and Phoenix. David working to build on a first round score of 88. Outside we go for 56, David Kelly and Phoenix. We're going to build on a first round score of 88 in camp. We go to 57, Alan Sinclair and Sterling. 58 will be Ben Thompson and Cash. 59, Brent Smythe. 60, Ben McNaughton. 61, John Hardy. 62, Jack Gallagher. 63, Denny Farley. 64, Ben Rossiter. Currently watching David Kelly, number 56, heads round the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg and heads in for the gate. Working to build on a first round score of 88. And just inside our Grey Zag. Outside gate peg, look to our score, to Judge Rod McKinnon for a score. 20, 61 and 4 for an 85. 20, 61 and 4 for an 85. First round score of 88. Two 2-round aggregate 173,173. In camp now we go to 57, Alan Sinclair and Sterling. 58 will be Ben Thompson and Cash. He'll be in camp next. 59 will be Brent Smythe. 60 will be Ben McNaughton. 61, John Hardy. 62, Jack Gallagher. 63, Danny Farley. 64, Ben Rossiter. Outside we go for 57, Alan Sinclair and Sterling. Working to build on a first round score of 84. In camp we got a number 58, Ben Thompson and Cash. 59 will be Brent Smythe and Shania. 60, Ben McNaughton and Amac Omo. At after 60, we will have a change of yard and we'll get those cattle back from out of the arena. So 3 runs to go. If our outriders could please bring those cattle back after run 60. We are currently up to run 57. Completed round there for number 57, Alan Sinclair and Sterling. 17, 62 and a 4, 17, 62 and a 4. 83 there for Alan and Sterling with a first round score of 84. Will be a 2-round total 167, 167. In camp now we got a 58, Ben Thompson and Cash. Ben's looking to build on a first round score of 84. $59, Brent Smythe and Shania. You're in camp next, followed by 60, Ben McNaughton and Amac Omo. After Ben's run, we will have a change of camp and we will get those cattle back from out in the arena after run 60. Currently watching 58, Ben Thompson and Cash, working to build on a first round score of 84. That's how we go for 59, and Brent Smythe and Shania working to build on of 82. In camp we go for 60, Ben McNaughton and AMAC Omo. Completion of Ben's run, we will change the yard and get those cattle back from over the other side. Currently we watch number 59, Brent Smythe and Shania working to build on a first round score of 82. He sets him up and heads him for the gate. Through the middle he goes at the Grey Zag and Tulla Beef Gate. That'll be a completed round there for number 59, Brent Smythe, and Shania goes first round score of 82, a 22, a 63 and a 4, 22, 63 and a 4. That'll be an 89. Two round total 171 for Brent Smythe and Shania. In camp now we've got a number 60, Ben McNaughton and AMAC Omo. 61, John Hardy, Lena's Conman. You're in camp next. We will change the yard at the completion of Ben's run. Outside we go for number 60, Ben McNaughton and AMAC Omo. First round score 87. In camp we'll go for 61, John Hardy. We will change the yard before we go on with John's run. Unfortunately, no luck. Outside for Ben goes out with a 22 with his first round score of 87. Two round aggregate 109. We'll just clean up the yard and then go on with John Hardy at number 61. Currently watching the second round of our Grey Zag Epic Open Camp Draft here this morning at the Armadale Showgrounds. Welcome to all those watching at home on Stock Live. I'm sure it's a bit warmer where you are than it is here in sunny Armadale this morning. Thanks very much to our event partners this morning, Grey Zag, our media partner for the weekend, Win Network, JP from John Pearson from JP Media, doing our videos leading up to the Epic and all weekend. Our official photographer this weekend is Emma Pendergast from Penwood Creations. So if you are looking for some photos of your runs, please jump on Emma's page, Penwood Creations. Some terrific camp drafting here this morning in the second round of our Grey Zag Epic Open Camp Draft. Thanks very much to our event partner, Grey Zag. Our platinum sponsors this weekend, Maloney Livestock Transport, Owen Farming from Tulla Beef at North Star. Donation of a beautiful array of beef last night for our charity auction that raised over $7,500 for the Westpac Rescue Helicopter. Thank you very, very much to Tulla Beef from North Star, Owen Farming. Our other platinum sponsor this weekend, B-Trans Livestock Transport, the Matheson family. Thank you very much, carting the cattle in and out all weekend for us. Our gold sponsors, Burton Sattery, Manilda Group, Northern Tableland Earth Moving, New England Toyota and Riverina Stocks Feeds. Our silver sponsors, the WLW Group, Stock Live, Angus Barrett Sattery, Everson Food Processors, Thunderbolt Equine Veterinary Services, Circle L, Cinch Australia, Morrow Made Saddles, Benalla Stud, the home of Al Capone, Verbac, our bronze sponsors, Rabobank, Impulse Print, EV Costa, Accolade Equine, Gainey Saddle Co, Stockyard Beef, CTC, Country Trucker Caps and Mike's Raincoats. Both Gainey Saddle Co and Morrow Made Saddles on grounds this weekend with trade stalls. So if you're looking for a new saddle or any saddlery, please go and see the teams from either Morrow Made Saddles or Gainey Saddle Co and the Epic. Thanks them very much for their sponsorship for this weekend, this great event. We have 93 competitors in the second round of our open camp draft before we go down to the pointy end of business, the Epic Incentive 5-year and under final. 12 riders competing for a chance at over $37,000 in cash and prizes. There's only one way to be part of the incentive program here at the Epic, and that is to purchase a horse today at 11 o'clock. A great chance to win your money back next year, where there'll be more money and more incentives up from the Epic team. Back underway now with competitor number 61, John Hardy. No luck. Outside round the Beef Trans first peg goes out with a 23. Had a good one started too on Lena's Conman. We will see some progeny from that great stallion later this morning in our sale from John Hardy and family, Lena's Conman. All the best for your sale horses later on today. That's a 2-round aggregate for Lena's Conman of 109 in camp. Now we go to 62, Jack Gallagher and Eclair. 63, Danny Farley and Bits. You'll be in camp next. 64 will be Ben Rossiter with Peel Vale, Razor Lena. 65, Laura McNaughton and Fleur. 66 will be Leslie App. 67, Warren Lowry. 68, Jackson Noon. 69, Curtis Cherry. And 70, Stephen Blackadder. Outside we go for Jack Gallagher and Eclair, working to build on a first round score of 87. In camp we got as number 63, Danny Farley and Bits. 64, Ben Rossiter. You'll be in camp next. And currently watching 62, Jack Gallagher and Eclair. 87 in the first round on the board. Heads round the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg. Score there 21, 57 and 3 for Jack Gallagher and Eclair. 21, 57 and a 3 there for 81. 87 in the first round, 2-round aggregate 168 in camp. Now we go to 63, Danny Farley and Bit. 64 Ben Rossiter and Peel Vale, Razor Lena. 65, Laura McNaughton and Fleur. 66 will be Leslie Apps and Checkers. Outside we go for number 63, Danny Farley and Bits. In camp we got a Ben Rossiter at 64 and Peel Vale, Razor Lena. Laura McNaughton and Fleur, you're in camp next. Currently watching outside 63, Danny Farley and Bits, working to add to his first round score of 88. Lines one up and heads him through the gate. The Toe Grey Zag and Tullen Tullabeef, Canberra Gate. 17, 63 and a 4, 17, 63 and a 4. That'll be an 84 with an 88 in the first round with 172. 2-round aggregate there for 63, Danny Farley and Bits. In camp now we go to 64, Ben Rossiter and Peel Vale, Razor Lena. 65, Laura McNaughton and Fleur, you're in camp next. 66 will be Leslie Apps and Checkers. 67, Warren Lowry and Viva. 68, Jackson Noon and Hazelwood Company Playtime. 69, Curtis Cherry and Maggie. And 70 will be Stephen Blackadder and Little Eagle. That's how we go for 64, Ben Rossiter and Peel Vale, Razor Lena, working to build on a first round score of 88. Got to start at 21 in the yard. In camp now we go for number 65, Laura McNaughton and Fleur. No Joy outside, goes out with a 21 there. 21 for Ben and Peel Vale, Razor Lena. 2-round total 109. In camp now we go to 65, Laura McNaughton and Fleur. 66, Leslie Apps, you be in camp next. 67 will be Warren Lowry. 68, Jackson Noon. 69, Curtis Cherry. 70, Black Adder. In camp now, we watch number 65, Laura McNaughton and Fleur. 66 will be Leslie Apps and Checkers. 67, Warren Lowry and Viva. 68, Jackson Noon, Hazelwood Company playtime. In camp, 65, Laura McNaughton and Fleur. Outside we go for Laura. We're going to build on a first round score of 79. 22 there. No further score outside. In camp now we got a 66, Leslie Apps and Checkers. 67, Warren Lowry, you be in camp next on Viva. 68 will be Jackson Noon. 69, Curtis Cherry. 70, Stephen Blackadder. 71, Hugh Miles. 72, Peter Donnelly. 73, Ben Thompson. 74, Lockie Argue. Currently watching the second round of our Greys Ag Epic Open Camp Draft here this morning at Armidale Showgrounds. Welcome to those watching at home on Stock Live. The camp drafting and the weather here in Armidale are really turning it on this morning. We have 93 competitors in the second round of our open camp draft before we get underway with the final of our Epic Incentive 5-year and under big money camp draft. 12 competitors competing for a chance at a $35,000 plus prize pool this morning. Before we head over to the Sale Arena for an 11 o'clock start for a great draft of horses and your chance to come back to be part of the Epic Incentive Program for next year and years going forward. $21 there for Leslie Apps and Checkers. In camp now, we got a 67, Warren Lowry and Viva. 68 to be Jackson Noon, Hazelwood Company playtime. 69, Curtis Cherry and Maggie. 70, Stephen Blackadder. 71, Hugh Miles. 72, Peter Donnelly. 73, Ben Thompson. 74, Lockie Argue. Currently watching the second round of our Epic Open Greys Ag Camp Draft here this morning. Our event partner this weekend, Greys Ag. Score there, 20 for Warren Lowry and Viva. In camp we go to Jackson Noon and Hazelwood Company playtime. In camp we go to 68, Jackson Noon, Hazelwood Company playtime. 69, Curtis Cherry and Maggie, you're in camp next. 70 be Stephen Blackadder. 71, Hugh Miles. 72, Peter Donnelly. 73 will be Ben Thompson. 74, Lockie Argue. 75, Brad Williamson. 76, Sophie Kelly. 77, Sam Greenup. 78, Phoebe Thompson. 93 competitors in the second round of our Epic Open Camp Draft here this morning. We will then go on with the big one, the Epic Incentive Final. 12 riders competing for a chance at over $35,000 in prize money. Currently watching 68, Jackson Noon, Hazelwood, company playtime. On course we go, working to build on a first round score of 87. Got to start at 21 in the yard. And no joy around the first peg, 21, and no further score there for Jackson Noon and Hazelwood. Company playtime goes out with a 108 two-round score. In Cape now we got a 69, Westmark compared to one of our judges here this weekend is Curtis, Cherry and Maggie. Curtis has made the trip down from Woodlands at Westmar, manager for Fu Cheng Australia. One of our judges for the Epic here this weekend. Thank you very much, Curtis, for your efforts with the whip. Currently watching number 69, Curtis, Cherry and Maggie. We're going to build on a first round score of 83. In camp next, we've got a 70, Stephen Blackadder and Blackadder. Little Eagle, 71 will be Hugh Miles, Tough and Daney. 72, Peter Donnelly and Missy. 73, Ben Thompson. 74, Lockie Argue. 75, Brad Williamson. Outside we go. For number 69, Curtis, Cherry and Maggie, one of our judges here this weekend. Got him a fast running black steer from Brahman Park. Thanks very much to Anthony Rosser, donation of the cattle for the second round of our Epic Open Camp Draft. No joy there for Curtis, Cherry and Maggie on the second peg. Goes out with a 21 with his first round score of 83. Will be a 104. Two-round aggregate. In camp now we go to 70, Stephen Blackadder and Little Eagle. 71, Hugh Miles, Tough and Daney. You be in camp next. 72 will be Peter Donnelly. 73, Ben Thompson. 74, Lockie Argue. 75, Brad Williamson. 76, Sophie Kelly. 77, Sam Greenup. And 78, Phoebe Thompson. 93 competitors in the second round of our Greyzag Epic Open Camp Draft here this morning. Currently watching in camp 70, Stephen Blackadder and Blackadder, Little Eagle. Working out in camp 71, Hugh Miles, Tough and Daney. You be in camp next. 72 will be Peter Donnelly and Missy. 73, Ben Thompson and Tiffany. 74, Lockie Argue. 75, Brad Williamson. 76, Sophie Kelly. 77, Sam Greenup. 78, Phoebe Thompson. Outside we go for 70, Stephen Blackadder and Blackadder, Little Eagle. Working out in the big course. Unfortunately, no luck there for number 70, Stephen Blackadder, and Little Eagle goes out with a 21. That'll be a two-round aggregate of 105 there for Stephen Blackadder and Blackadder, Little Eagle. Currently watching the first round of our Greyzag Epic Open Camp Draft. Thanks very much to our platinum sponsors, Maloney Livestock Transport. Owen Farming from Tulla Beef donated that beautiful 200-day grain-fed heifer there last night that went up for the charity auction. Over $7,500 raised for the Westpac Rescue Helicopter. So thanks very much to the Tulla Beef crew. Beef Trans Livestock Transporters, one of our other platinum sponsors this weekend. The Matheson family been carrying the cattle in and out all weekend. We thank them very, very much. Our gold sponsors, Burton Salary, Manilda Group, Northern Tableland Earth Moving, New England Toyota, Riverina Stock Feeds. Our silver sponsors, WLW Group, Stock Live, the best online platform you will find. Angus Barrett Salary, Everson Food Processors, Thunderbolt Equine, Veterinary Services, Circle L, Cinch Australia, Morrow Made Saddles, Benalla Stud, the home of Al Capone. and Verback. Our bronze sponsors this weekend, Rabobank, Impulse Print, EV Costa, Accolade Equine, Gainey Saddle Co, Stockyard Beef and Country Trucker Caps, and also Mike Raincoats. In camp now, we watch number 71, Hugh Miles and Tough and Danny Hughes working to build on a score of 87 in the first round. Our judge, Rod McKinnon, gives him the go-ahead. Good morning and welcome to those watching at home on Stock Live. The team from Stock Live doing a great job for us all weekend. You're saying the pre-works, and we will have them live stream for our sale that's starting at 11 o'clock. If you want to be part of the Epic Incentive Program, that's your chance. 11 o'clock, sale starts. A great draft of horses and a great raft of incentives. If you buy one here, bring them back for a shot at the big money here next year. 93 competitors in the first round of our open camp draft this morning. Before we get on to our big event, the Epic Incentive 5-year and under camp draft with over $35,000 in cash and prizes up for grabs and 12 riders in that final. Outside we go for number 71, Hugh Miles and Tough and Danny working to build on a first round score of 87. Got a 22 yard for the start, heads around the beef trans. Livestock transport, first peg. Hugh lines him up and heads him for the gate. Thank you very much to our cattle owner for the second round of our open camp draft here this morning, Brahman Pastoral Co, Anthony Rosser from Winston Park. Sure agree, there's been some great camp drafting here this morning on these beautiful black steers. 22, 60 and 4. 22, 60 and 4 there for Hugh Miles and Tough and Danny. That's an 86, two-round aggregate 173. 173 there for 71, Hugh Miles and Tough and Danny. In camp now we've got a 72, Peter Donnelly and Missy. 73, Ben Thompson and Tiffany. You're in camp next. 74, Lockie Argue and 49er. 75 will be Brad Williamson. 76, Sophie Kelly. 77, Sam Greenup and 78, Phoebe Thompson.
Right, so 21 for cut out there for Pete Donnelly and Missy. So competitor number 73 makes his run to the cutout yard. This is Ben Thompson on Tiffany to the gates. Lockie Argue at 74 on 49er. 75 Brad Williamson. 76 Sophie Kelly. So outside for our Bingra man, Ben Thompson riding Tiffany, building on a 22 for cutout. So Ben and Tiffany had an 85 in the first round and 22. 22 will remain the score. So aggregate of 107 for Ben Thompson. Lockie Argue on 49 in the cutout yard at the moment at 74, 75 to the gates, Brad. 76 Sophie Kelly, 77 Sam Greenup, 78 Phoebe Thompson, 79 Zach Croker. If Benny Thompson can hear me out there, mate, you need to come up to the announcer's box and pick up a few shirts when you get a second in between runs. So outside building on a 21 that he earned inside. This is Lockie Argue on 49er. Had a good score back in round number 1 of 87. But unfortunately, no luck on that occasion. A 21 will remain the score, and it'll be a 108 aggregate. So we get ready to watch competitor number 75 in the cutout yard, Brad Williamson on Glamorous. 76 to the gate, Sophie Kelly. 77 Sam, 78 Phoebe, 79 Zach Croker on 80s Al Sullivan. So Brad Williamson, the man that we watch, had a really good round in the first round of the open draft. He had an 89 on the same mare. He's got a very good horse going through the sale over there too this morning, which will commence at 11 o'clock, or just as soon as we can after 11 o'clock once we do the presentations for the Epic, which is the next event. The Epic finals will follow the Open. And then back here tonight for all the finals of the Open, the Infinity, the Stallion Draft, and also that Benalla Stud Gelding Shootout. All on tonight under lights, so stick around. We'll have a wonderful afternoon at the completion of the sale to come over here and see some absolutely champagne camp drafting this evening. All right, so Brad works away outside on Glamorous. Sophie Kelly will come into the camp at 76. But the man on course now is Brad Williamson, Glamorous, the name of the horse. So safely navigates the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg and up and around towards the Tullantalla and Grazag gate and straight over the black dot. Good job, Brad. Does it all the time. We'll get a score off our judge, Mr. Rodney McKinnon, and he said it was a 21, a 63 and 4. 21 for cutout, 63 for horsework, and for the course is an 88, goes together with his 89, will be a 177. A 177 for Brad Williamson's Glamorous. Puts him up at the pointy end, not at number one, but it puts him up the top of the leaderboard so far, with plenty to come. And Sophie Kelly's the next one that we'll get to watch work on Tip Top. Sam Green up on Shakira at 77 will be waiting by at the gate. 78 Phoebe Thompson, 79 Zach Croker, 80 Al Sullivan, 81 will be Mark Tonkin, and 82 will be Benny Maidham. So thank you, Sophie. A 20 for cutout for Sophie Kelly and Tip Top. She did have an 89 back in round number one. So an aggregate total of 109. Sam Green up your Gendali, Queensland competitor on Shakira comes in at 77. 78 of the gates, Phoebe. 79 Zach and 80's Al Sullivan. outside with a 22 for cut out Sam Green up your Jandowie man. Great young competitor Sam Greenup, as I did mention the day before yesterday, that the Greenup family name is synonymous with breeding very, very good Santa Gertrudis cattle. Young man in the saddle's very competitive camp draft rider, a very good footballer, and straight through the Grazag gate. So congratulations to Sam and Shaquille. They had an 85 in round number 1. I'll better that this time with a 22, 62 and 4 for an 88. A 22 for cut out, 62 for horsework, and for the course is an 88. So an aggregate score of 173 for Sam Greenup, and Shakira. Phoebe Thompson in the cut-out yard now, position number 78. You draw 79 to the gate. Zach Croker, 80 Al Sullivan, 81 Mark Tonkin, and 82 Ben Matum, 83 Cal Gibson, and 84 will be Jack Ferguson. Right, so watching competitor number 78, Phoebe Thompson. Had one selected clean, got a couple of its mates that wanted to be complete nuisances. And that's not going to help a cause. So unfortunately, Phoebe will go out with a no score. Certainly was not through lack of trying, just had one that did not want to play the game. 79, Zach Croker and Confetti will make his way into the cutout yard. To the gates, number 80, Al Sullivan, 81, Mark Tonkin. On Nemo, 82 Ben Matum on Matum's Opal, number 83 Cal Gibson's on Gibbs Sneaky Cat, and 84 is Jack Ferguson on Broomfield Maybe Fancy. I'd really like to give our thanks to our event partner, been on board for the last 4 years, Grazag, for all your rural merchandise needs. Grazag in Armidale, Glen Innes, and of course in Guyra. Great blokes to deal with. Go and look them up, Grazag. Now, platinum sponsors over the course of the weekend are and continue to be Maloney Livestock Transport, the Owen family from Tulla Beef, and of course Beef Trans. Fantastic supporters and have been for a long, long time of all things epic. So another one of your very, very good competitors, Zach Croker, outside. He had a 22 for cutout. And unfortunately, that will remain the score for Zach. He had an 89 in the first round, an aggregate total of 111. Al Sullivan in at 80 in the draw on Django to the gates mark on Nemo. 82 will be Ben Maidham. The outside for Al Sullivan, he had a 22 for cutout, but that was all she wrote. An 87 back in round number one, so it'll be a 109 aggregate. Mark Tompkin on Nemo comes in on a 79, so he'll be looking for maximum points. 82 at the gates, Ben Maidham. 83, Cal Gibson. 84, Jack Ferguson. 85, Matt Durkin. So outside for your local rider, unfortunately didn't have a lot of luck in the camp, came out on a 16, but he did this yesterday or the day before too, made a really good run outside. Watching your local man, Mark Tompkin on Nemo. One of the organisers of the big local Armidale Draft held back in January. He does a lot of work in and around that event. Knows his way around a camp draft course as he's showing us out there now as he lines up towards that Grazag and Tullum Beef gate and tucks him around the corner nicely. Good job, Mark. It was a 63 and 4 outside, so he finished it off nicely. Unfortunately, that drop camp, that 16 will hurt him. So 16 for cutout, 63 for horsework, and 4 for the course will be an 83. An aggregate score of 162 for Mark, 162. Righto, so Benny Maidham and Maidham's Opal rides into the cutout yard. They're 80 in round number one. Strong and consistent competitor, Ben. He's got a wonderful string of horses to sell down here too. At the completion of the epic final, which we'll go straight on with, we'll have a 5-minute break after the second round of the Open. We've got another 12 or maybe 13 competitors to go. We'll have a 5-minute break and we'll get all those competitors that are qualified back for that big epic incentive to assemble in the camp. And we'll do a ride out and then we'll go straight on with that epic final. We need to do the presentation immediately prior to the sale over there at the indoor too, so we need to be over there at 11 o'clock. The man in the cutout yard will also be the first rider in that epic final. A 21 for cutout for Ben. Looking to build on that outside now. The horse he rides is Maidam's Opal. Always sits astride a good and does Ben. Formerly one of the country's finest saddlebronc riders too, and he tells me the other night that he's making a comeback, so we'll look forward to seeing that. He's got to check now and get that black steer sorted out as he heads up towards the gate. Time is of the essence, Ben. And unfortunately, the black steer didn't want to play the game. Score back for Benny Maidam. There was a score of 21, 58 and 3. 21 for cutout, 58 for horsework and 3 the course. Be an 8-2. So an 82 on that occasion goes together with his 80 from round number 1. Is a 1-6-2. Cal Gibson rides in, the man that travels out of Bundara on Gibbs Sneaky Cat. To the gates, number 84, Jack Ferguson. 85 will be Matt Durkin. 86 will be Philip McCormack. 87, Carl Green on Bushy. 88, Ben Thompson on Fantail. 89, Kylie Webber on Pure Blonde. And number 90 will be Ben McNaughton on Tiptoe. But we were watching outside now. Cal Gibson. Good work, saw him earn 22 points, but unfortunately no more luck outside 22. And 22 will remain the score. And 87 back in round number 1, it's a 109. Jack Ferguson takes his turn at 84 in your draw, and Broomfield May Be Fancy. He was an 85 in round number 1. Matt Durkin waiting by the gate at 85 and 86 Philip. So just a really quick 5-minute break at the completion of this, the second round of the Open. And we'll go straight on with the Epic, and the draw for the Epic goes something like this. Number 1, Ben Maidam and Isa Mayhem. Number 2, Lockie Maxwell and Pepsi Ray. 3 is Benny Thompson and Rodlaw Cocktail. 4 is John Hardy and Spin and Chase. 5 will be Peter Donnelly. 6, Kerrod Williamson. 7, Mark McLaughlin. 8, Ben Thompson. 9, Campbell Martin. 10 will be Cal Gibson. 11, Adam Sadler. 12, Ben Thompson. So Ben's got 3 back and a 21. 21 points goes under the sheet there for Jack Ferguson and Broomfield May Be Fancy. Give him an aggregate score of 106. Matt Durkin's in good shape and 88 in round number 1 on red. Looking to build on that now. Philip McCormack makes his way to the gate. 87 will be Carl Green, 88 Ben Thompson. So unfortunately, no luck. Had a good cutout started too, Matt. Had one that just got a little bit ignorant towards the end, and unfortunately a no score. If you are watching, or if you've got anybody watching on Stock Live that does intend to bid, just make sure that you are registered with Stock Live before 11 a.m. You'll need to be registered before 11 a.m. on Stock Live if you do want to bid on that very, very efficient platform. And we do think Stock Live, the girls that have been with us here all weekend, live streaming the camp draft, they'll go down on live stream and accept your bids on the sale. And then back here tonight for that big final program for the Open, the Infinity, the Stallion draft and the Gelding shootout. All tonight under lights. Right, so competitor number 86, Philip McCormack, takes his turn in the cutout yard on highlight, this time at 84 in round number 1. But a very, very wily competitor, Philip McCormack. Both he and his wife, Gloria, have been very, very good camp draft competitors for a number of years. The good horse rider combination of Bushy will follow, and Carl Green will follow them in 88's Ben Thompson, 89 Kylie Webber, and 90 Ben McNaughton. Outside, good work inside by the combination of Philip McCormack in highlight at a 23 for cutout, but no luck outside. So 23 camp score will be a 107. So as I did say, Carl Green, number 87 of the draw on Bushy, makes his way into the camp. Carl Green and Bushy, winner of multiple camp drafts. Good combination here. They had an 85 back in round number 1. They'll be looking to maximise points. He's got him outside now where he can play with him. Another one of these MBXX cattle we used last year. They're now trading as Brahman Cattle Company, hence the confusion. Wonderful line of camp draft cattle. Carl had a 22, so he's tidied things up really well around that MLT second peg. Round him up, point him in the right direction now. And like Carl had a shot of the gate, just drifted on the inside of it, so we'll get a score that'll start with a 22 and finish with a 3. The middle bit was a 59. So an 84. With an 85 as consistent grafting to be a 169. And as the man that's been slotting around in fairly fine fashion for the last 2 or 3 days is Ben Thompson on Fantail this time. Another one of these very, very strong horse rider combinations. He had an 84 in round number 1. He'll be 90 or nothing, I reckon. That'll be going through Ben's mind here. Kylie Webber's at the gate at 89. 90's Ben McNaughton. 91's Hugh Miles on Connie. 92 is John Hardy on Ransom. 93 will be Jackson Noon on Freddie. And the final competitor will be Chris Williamson on Rathcool Batman. So 22 inside for Benny Thompson on Fantail. Not afraid to get up on the shoulder. Benny Thompson, your upper Horton competitor around the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg. And as he's been doing on most occasions, straight through the middle of that Grazag Talentala beef gate. So it started with a 22, it ended with a 4. 63 in the middle. Be an 89 with his 84 in the first round. I reckon is a 173. Dubbo competitor, the young lady in the saddle on Pure Blonde is Kylie Webber. Benny McNaughton to the gate on tiptoe and 91's Hugh Miles. So if you are or have been successful and you have qualified for that epic final, start to get nervous. We've got 5 or 6 to go, and then we're going to run you off the big epic camp draft, the final thereof. We'll have a 5-minute break so you can go and get a coffee, get yourself organised. It'll be some good watching. $20,000 to the winner. $5,000 in Toyota vouchers. That wonderful Ben Morrow trophy saddle will be custom made to your requirements. The buckles, the rugs, the whips. All the loot will be on display down there at the indoor immediately prior to the commencement of the sale, which is when we'll do the presentations. But at the moment, we're watching Kylie Webber at 21, and unfortunately one that did not want to play the game outside. So 21 with an 85 will be a 106 aggregate. Right outside for Benny McNaughton. Little black steer pulled a fairly sinister manoeuvre on him and had a sidestep and beat him back in the yard, so he had a 17 for cutout. A very good score of 89 in the first round. Leave him with a 106. That definition, that move, that sidestep there was a bit like Mitch Hoy in his under-18 junior rugby league days, when he was a dashing inside centre with a turn of pace. Couldn't tackle, but could run a ball up. We're never going to change it 90, mate. Change that camp. We're not. Righto. The judge's decision is final. Was it? So that's how we're watching our Tamworth competitor go nicely around the bottom of the beef transfers peg. At a 23 inside, trying to tidy things up at a little bit around that MLT second peg. As he so often does, trims it up and goes straight through the middle of the Grazag and Tullantalla Beef Gate. So it'll be a 23 and finish with a 4. What we don't know is the middle bit. 6-1. So an 88 with an 88 is pretty consistent drafting, and an aggregate total of 176 put Hugh and Connie towards the top of the pack. A Wine competitor, John Hardy, another fierce competitor. Had an 87 in first round. He's riding ransom to the Gates Jackson Noon on Samal Freddy, and their final competitor is Rathkill Batman and Chrissy Williamson. I'll watch Johnny later on in that wonderful stallion that he's so proudly campaigns, Linus Conman. He's got some very good progeny by that particular stallion over there in the sale barn too, and that sale that commences at 11 o'clock. Right, the quickest way between 2 points is a straight line. Just in the nick of time too, thanks John. It was a 22-yard. He had an 87 in the first round. So it was a 22, a 59 and a 4. So an 85 with an 87 is a 172 to John Hardy. And Ransom, Jackson Noon makes his way into the yard. He's number 93, so there's one behind him, and that's Chris Williamson. Jacko takes his turn in the camp on Freddie at 85 in round number 1. Man capable of doing that and a lot more again. All eyes on the cutout yard, number 93, Jacko Noon, Samal Freddie. Righto, 17th inside for Jacko. Got a bit of work to do outside. He's a man that can pilot around and steer him around a course outside pretty well. Young Jackson Noon from Yarrowich on Freddie. Building on an 85, scored in the first round. He had a 17 for cutout. Looking to really trim things up here now as he heads up and around towards the Tullantella gate. Wraps up that inside gate peg nicely, so we'll get a 4 at the end of it. And a 60, a 17 for cutout. 60 for horsework, and for the course is an 81 with an 85 is a 166. Right, it's our final competitor, so takes his way to the cutout yard. This is Chris Williamson, our Glen Innes man, calls the gate. So outside, he earned himself 20 points inside the camp. Big gelding underneath him, Rathcool Batman. Unfortunately, he's going to slide under the bottom of the second peg, so a 20 remain the score for a 102 for Chris and Batman. So we'll have a 5-minute break. We'll just change some cattle around. We get the judges and those competitors ready for the final of the epic. I'll hand the microphone over to the dulcet tones of Mr. Liam Kirkwood to take you through that. If you do have horses nominated in the sale and you've yet to give your auctioneers the reserves, could you please go down and do that prior to the commencement of the sale? But we'll have a break for 5 minutes and we'll do the presentation out of the camp with the finalists for the epic. So when you're ready, I'll get Liam to call you into the camp and we'll do the presentation then.
I started my apprenticeship in the mid-90s, finished my apprenticeship in 1999. I made the first Morrow-made saddle in 2000. I then spent the next 10 years overseas doing other things. Moved back to Australia with my wife Jessie in 2010. We then started making saddles full time, and then in 5 or 6 years ago I was blessed to have the opportunity to go to New Zealand and be taught to make trees by Warren Wright with the Walt Youngman method, and I think that's really helped our saddles. We now have 100% control over the trees and the saddles. We go and pick our own timber for our trees. We go and hand pick our own leather, which gives us the ability to make a custom-made saddle for our customers that it's not a one-size-fits-all. We're going to have a saddle to present on the day, and if it suits the winner, well, it's theirs to take home, but if it doesn't, we'll send it on down the road and we'll build them a saddle that suits them. They can pick whatever sort of saddle they want and we'll build it to fit them. You see a lot of trophy saddles get one thrown in the back of the truck, and I don't think the person that made the saddle, the person that paid for the saddle and the person that won the saddle, I don't think there's much value in them in winning that saddle. I started my apprenticeship in the mid-90s, finished my apprenticeship in 1999. I made the first Morrow-made saddle in 2000. I then spent
In the following order, please. Number 1, Ben Maiden with Eyes of Mayhem. 2 will be Lachlan Maxwell and Pepsi Ray. 3, Ben Thompson and Rod Law Cocktail. 4, John Hardy with Spin and Chase. 5 will be Peter Donnelly and Optimum Athena. 6 will be Kerrod Williamson and Con Job. 7 will be Mark McLaughlin with Special Play. 8, Ben Thompson and Acres of Metal. 9, Campbell Martin with Deacon's Liqueur. 10 will be Cal Gibson and More Magic. 11, Adam Sadler with Belfield Chase. And 12 will be Ben Thompson with Keeping My Composure. That is the order of the 12 competitors we will have here this afternoon in the final round of our Epic Incentive Camp Draft. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, these are your finalists for the 2024 Epic Incentive Camp Draft. We'll call them out in order if we just get them to go out and do a bit of a victory lap there for us. The finalists, please. So if we could please have you out in the order of Ben Maiden with Eyes of Mayhem, Lachlan Maxwell and Pepsi Ray, Ben Thompson with Rod Law Cocktail, John Hardy with Spin and Chase, Peter Donnelly and Optimum Athena, Kerrod Williamson and Con Job, Mark McLaughlin with Special Play, Campbell Martin with Deacon's Liqueur, Cal Gibson and More Magic, Adam Sadler with Belfield Chase. Oh, you got him? So currently out in centre ring, we are viewing the finalists of the 2022-24 Epic Incentive Camp Draft. And of course, we'd like to thank our 2 judges here this weekend presiding over the Epic Camp Draft. Of course, Mr. Curtis Cherry and Mr. Matthew Webber. Thank you very, very much. All right, in the camp now, we watch our first competitor, Ben Maiden, with Eyes of Mayhem. They come into this final round with an aggregate score of 169. Of course, Eyes of Mayhem, owned by the Maslin family, was purchased through the sale in 2023. Outside now with competitor number 1, Ben Maiden and Eyes of Mayhem, as they look to make their way around the Beef Trans first peg in the 2024 Epic Final. A bit of hard luck there for Ben. He'll go out with a score of 20.5. 20.5 there for cutout only. So a cutout score of 20.5 there for Ben Maiden and the Maslin family's nomination, Eyes of Mayhem. Combined with their aggregate score of 169 brings them to a grand total of 189.5. So 189.5 points there for Ben Maiden and Eyes of Mayhem. In the camp now, number 2, Lachlan Maxwell with Pepsi Ray. He'll be followed by 3, Ben Thompson with Rodlaw Cocktail. Please stand on. And we're outside now on course with competitor number 2, Lachlan Maxwell and Pepsi Ray. Was purchased out of the 2021 Epic Sale. Vendors were Mitch and Anna Hoy, who of course are our wonderful cattle donors here to run this final of the Epic Camp Draft. So we thank them very much for their kind donation of the cattle. The score there for Lockie Maxwell and Pepsi Ray of 21 points for cutout, combined with their aggregate total of 166.5, gives them 187.5 points. 187.5 points there for Lockie Maxwell and Pepsi Ray. In the camp now, we turn our attention to competitor number 3, Ben Thompson with Rodlaw Cocktail. Of course, owned by Rick and Angela Swan. Was purchased out of the sale in 2023 from Brooke McKinnon. Looking to add to their aggregate score of 166 points. Looking to make their way around the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg here in the final of the 2024 Epic Camp Draft. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, might be our first full round score. Well done, put your hands together there for Ben Thompson with the Swan family's nomination, Rodlaw Cocktail. So a score to hand there for Ben Thompson, and Rodlaw Cocktail was 20 points for cutout, 61 for horsework, 4 for the course, gives him a round total of 85, and combined with his aggregate gives him a grand total of 251 points. So straight to the top of the class there for Ben Thompson and Rodlaw Cocktail. In the camp now we have competitor number 4, John Hardy. Spin and Chase. Spin and Chase, of course, owned by John and Robin, was purchased out of the sale in 2022. They come into this final with an aggregate score of 174. And we're outside now with John Hardy and Spin and Chase, looking to add to their aggregate score of 174 points, and they get the Beef Trans first peg covered, absolutely no worries at all, and look to make their way back around to the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg here in the final of the 2024 Epic Camp Draft. Gets to work there to wrap him up, makes the change to bring him back around towards the gate. Get your hands warmed up, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. Another full round score to come to hand for John Hardy and Spin and Chase. So a score to hand there for John Hardy and Spin and Chase was 21 points for cutout, 62 for horsework, 4 for the course, gives him a round total of 87, combined with his aggregate of 174, takes him straight to the lead with 261 points. So that's what you chase here, competitors. In the camp now we have competitor number 5, Peter Donnelly with Optimum Athena. Owned by the Donnelly family and purchased from Jono and Megan Rogan out of the 2022 sale. Also placed third in the Epic incentive here last year. And they're out on course looking to add to their aggregate score of 157 points from the weekend. Makes his way around the Beef Trans first peg and looks to make his way back around towards the second. Out on course now, we're with Peter Donnelly and Optimum Athena. Can we please have Kerrod Williamson and Conjob stand by in the camp, please? And well done. Score to hand there for Peter Donnelly and Optimum Athena was 20 points for cutout, 55 for horsework, 4 for the course, gives him a round total of 79. Adds to his aggregate score of 157, bringing him up to 236 points. In the camp now with Kerrod Williamson and Conjob looking to add to their aggregate score of 163.5 points. Conjob was purchased from the Matheson family in 2023. As they head out on course now to see what they can do here in the final of the 2024 Epic Incentive Camp Draft. Really putting the pace on as they make the way around the Beef Trans first peg here. Back around towards the second, makes the change. Wee Family Heifer travelling along very nicely here as they complete the second peg. Make their way back around to make the change around to the gate. Get ready here, ladies and gentlemen, looking like another full round score. And well done. Just brings him back in through the top of the gate there for a 4-pointer. Scored a hand there for Kerrod Williamson, and Conjob was 0.5 for cutout, 15.5 for horsework, 4 for the course, gives him a round total of 83 points, combined with his aggregate of 163.5, brings him up to a total score of 246.5 points. In the camp now, we're watching Mark McLaughlin with his nomination Special Play. They come in looking to add to their aggregate score of 163.5 points. Special Play was purchased out of the 2023 sale from vendor Alan Sinclair. Score there for Mark McLaughlin and Special Play, 21 points for cutout only, combined with their aggregate of 163.5, brings them up to a grand total of 184.5 points. We're in the camp now with competitor number 8, Ben Thompson and Acres of Metal. Was purchased through this sale in 2023. Looking to add to their aggregate of 171 points here in this final round of the 2024 Epic. Making their way around the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg here this weekend in the final round of the Epic Incentive Camp Draft. We are watching competitor number 8, Ben Thompson and Acres of Metal, as he bends it back around through the gate. Well done. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Score there for Ben Thompson and Acres of Metal was 16.5 points for cutout, 62.5 for horsework, 4 for the course, gives him a round total of 83, combined with his aggregate of 171, brings him up to 254. In the camp now we have competitor number 9, Campbell Martin with Deacon's Liqueur. He'll be followed by 10, Cal Gibson with More Magic, 11, Adam Sadler and Belfield Chase. And our 12th and final competitor here this afternoon will be Ben Thompson with Keeping My Composure. Deacon's Liqueur is owned by Ben and Gemma Clark and was purchased out of the 2022 Epic sale from the Berkeley family. Did place in the Epic last year and has had a few camp draft starts since then. Once again, a very big thank you to our cattle donors here for the cattle to run off the final of the 2024 Epic Incentive Camp Draft. Thank you very much to big supporters of the event, Mitch and Anna Hoy, for your kind donation of this nice line of Angus heifers. Making the way out on course now, we're watching competitor 9, Campbell Martin with Deacon's Liqueur. Looking to add to their aggregate score of 166 points as they make their way around the Beef Trans first peg here in the final of the 2024 Epic Incentive Camp Draft. They're 2 from 4 here currently, ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way back around towards the gate. Bit of hard luck there, just around the top, but we'll have a score come to hand shortly. Score there for Campbell Martin and Deacon's Liqueur with 16 points for cutout, 58.5 for horsework, 3 for the course, gives him a round total of 77.5 points and a grand total of 243.5 points. We're out on course now with competitor 10, Cal Gibson, and More Magic we watch here as they make their way around to the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg. Really putting the pace on to get that second peg covered. Make the change to head back around towards the gate. And that's time. Score there for Cal Gibson and More Magic was 21.5 points for cutout, 56 for horsework, 3 for the course, gives him a round total of 80.5 points and brings his grand total up to 235 here this weekend. In the camp now, we're watching competitor number 11, Adam Sadler with Belfield Chase. He'll be followed by 12. Please stand by, Ben Thompson with Keeping My Composure. Belfield Chase was purchased out of our 2023 sale from vendor Nicholas Clydesdale. Looking to get out on course and add to their aggregate total of 176 points, and it's looking pretty good as they tighten things up around the Beef Trans first peg. Make the change and look over towards the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg. Have a look here, ladies and gentlemen, keeping it tight as they come around the second peg. And make the change to come back around, looking for a 4-pointer here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Adam Sadler and Belfield Chase. Put your hands together there. Score there for Adam Sadler and Belfield Chase was 21 points for cutout, 64.5 for horsework, 4 for the course, gives him a round total of 89.5. Combined with his aggregate of 176 brings him up to 265.5 points to put him in the lead of this 2024 Epic Incentive Final. Here we are with our last competitor for the final here of 2024, ladies and gentlemen. Ben Thompson with Keeping My Composure. Keeping it pretty tight as they make their way around the Maloney Livestock Transport second peg, looking to add to that aggregate score of 168, and it's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, just a bit of hard luck there, but we'll have a score come to hand nevertheless. Okay, so score there for Ben Thompson and Keeping My Composure was 21.5 points for cutout, 59 for horsework, 3 for the course, gives him a round total of 83.5 points and a grand total of 251.5 points. So ladies and gentlemen, that of the 2024 Epic Incentive Camp Draft. We'll have some winners and place getters here for you shortly. We do ask all the winners and place getters to please make your way straight over to the Exhibition Centre, where we will get underway with the presentation of the Epic. So we'll head straight over the road to get on with the presentation, and then we'll be following straight on with the sale. So presentation of the Epic across the road, directly following the sale. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for your winners and place getters. In first position, Adam Sadler with Belfield Chase on a grand score of 265.5. Second, John Hardy with Spin and Chase, 261 points. Third, Ben Thompson with Acres of Metal on 254. Fourth, Ben Thompson with Keeping My Composure on 251.5. Fifth, Ben Thompson with Rod Raw Cocktail on 251. Sixth will be Kerrod Williamson with Conjob, 246.5 points. Seventh, Campbell Martin with Deacon's Liqueur, 243.5. And our eighth competitor here this weekend was Peter Donnelly with Optimum Athena on 236.5 points. So they are your winners and place getters, ladies and gentlemen. We will be heading straight across the road for the presentation of this Epic Camp Draft, and then getting straight underway with the sale at the completion of that presentation. We'd like to thank our judges very, very much. Thanks very much to Mr. Matt Webber and Curtis Cherry, and of course our kind cattle donors, Mitch and Anna Hoy.